A delicate, melancholic piano melody begins to play, overlaid with the sound of distant rain. A slight breath is audible. Right, hello, it feels important to articulate this, to ensure anyone, understands the sheer scale of the disappointment. I suppose, in a way, it's a moral imperative. You see, when one is accustomed to a certain standard cultivated through, shall we say, a particularly advantageous upbringing, fall is particularly acute. It's not merely inconvenience, you understand, it's a violation of expectation, a disruption of the natural order. I had envisioned New Orleans, you see, as a tapestry woven with romance and history, a city steeped in atmosphere. And Hotel St. Pierre French Quarter, New Orleans, it promised to be the jewel in that tapestry, the Instagrammable moment, a perfect story to share with my darling followers. Oh, how naive. It began innocently enough with the arrival. Or rather, the lack thereof. Imagine, if you will, arriving suitcases overflowing with impeccably curated vintage finds from Paris, naturalian, discovering no one is expecting you, just emptiness, a vacuum of attentiveness. The lobby, I'll grant you, was almost acceptable, chic, as some might say, but a beautifully decorated waiting room cannot compensate for a fundamental absence of basic operational competence. It's like polishing brass on a sinking ship, isn't it? Utterly pointless. And then the calls, several, desperate, escalating pleas for assistance met with indifference. They said they upgraded me, can you believe the audacity? As if a haphazard allocation of rooms constitutes generosity, it was merely a symptom of sheer dysfunction. It's the kind of thing you'd expect from a hostel, not an establishment daring to call itself a hotel. And then, the room. Room 207. Oh, room 207. Let us begin with the temperature, shall we? A stifling, oppressive heat. Think of it as existing within a humid embrace from a particularly unpleasant stranger. The air conditioner, a relic of a bygone era, wheezed and sputtered like a dying man, offering no actual relief. The physics are simple, you see. Warm air rises. If there is no effective means of expelling that warm air, one is quite literally trapped in a pocket of discomfort. It's basic thermodynamics, but of course, these people likely skipped that day in science class. It's not just about physical discomfort, it's about a lack of care. They couldn't even be bothered to ensure a basic function, like climate control, was working. Honestly, it's a betrayal of the fundamental concept of hospitality. Is anyone even paying attention? The piano melody becomes slightly more dissonant, but it didn't end there, oh no, every little thing was dreadful. Then there was the gap under the door, not a subtle crack, mind you, a yawning chasm large enough for, shall we say, unwelcome guests to saunter in at leisure. I naturally resorted to a rolled-up bath towel as a makeshift barricade. A bath towel, it's hardly Fort Knox, is it? The implications are rather disturbing when you consider it. Bugs, spiders, who knows what else lurks in the shadowy corners of the French Quarter. I'm just horrified at the thought. It's a fundamental safety concern. The lack of proper ceiling demonstrates a blatant disregard for guest security. It compromises the sanctuary of the room, and it ruined my silk pajamas. Absolutely ruined. Do you think they will pay for me to buy new ones? I think not. The furnishings such weariness, bedraggled, chipped, clearly subjected to years of neglect. The bathroom fixtures were no better, a mosaic of poor repairs and questionable hygiene. The grout was crumbling, stained with things I actively chose not to identify. It's not simply about aesthetics, you understand. It's about the unspoken stories embedded within these surfaces. The countless bodies, the careless hands, the sheer disregard for upkeep. It creates a psychological atmosphere of decay, a constant
Reminder of impermanence. It's deeply, profoundly depressing. It's almost as if the room itself were sighing with exhaustion. I suppose one could appreciate the character, but when that character manifests as actual disrepair, it ceases to be charming and becomes actively offensive. And darling, I do not do offensive. The light, oh, the exterior.
Hey, I've been looking into crimes near Hotel St. Pierre French Quarter, New Orleans, and it's just so crazy what's going on there. Businesses near Hotel St. Pierre French Quarter are they're supposed to be all friendly and welcoming to tourists, but some of them are just totally fake. Take this one store, Culture Fashion, on 311 Burgundy Street, right in the heart of the French Quarter. It seemed like a legit fashion store, but it was actually a front for a huge drug operation. Can you believe it? I mean, tourists walking around looking for some cute outfits, and meanwhile, they're selling drugs behind the scenes. It's how could you, That's just wrong. I predict that so many people got scammed, like they went in thinking they were buying clothes and instead they got involved in something super dangerous. And the owners, they probably made so much money from it, but like at what cost? They ruined the reputation of the whole area, and who knows how many lives were affected. And then there's Iggy's bar, also in the French Quarter. It was like a problem bar, you know. They said it was causing disturbances to the local community, and like it was just a nightmare for people living nearby. I'm guessing tourists got caught up in it too, thinking it was a fun place to hang out, but really it was just trouble. It's like businesses near Hotel St. Pierre French Quarter, New Orleans, are supposed to be about hospitality, not causing problems for tourists and locals alike. I mean, can't they just be honest and run their businesses with integrity? It's not that hard, you know. I just wish people would be more careful, you know. Do your research, don't just walk into any old store or bar because it looks cool. Make sure it's legit and don't get caught up in any scams or frauds. You're on vacation, you're supposed to be having fun, not getting taken advantage of.
The reality of businesses near Hotel St. Pierre French Quarter, New Orleans. If you're staying at Hotel St. Pierre in the French Quarter, prepare yourself. Because the businesses around here are a masterclass in disappointment. The kind of disappointment that makes you question if the universe is playing a cruel joke on tourists. Let's start with the shopping experience. Stores near Hotel St. Pierre don't just sell products, they sell regret. Riverwalk Outlets, for example, is less of a shopping paradise and more of a trap for unsuspecting visitors. Handicap parking, nearly non-existent. Cleanliness, a myth. And if you think you're getting a good deal, think again. Some stores are running full-on scams. Take Bco, a skincare store inside Riverwalk. Their sales tactics are so aggressive, you'd think you were being recruited into a cult. One customer was lured in, had products smeared on their skin, and then strong-armed into spending over $200. When they tried to return the items the next day, the store mysteriously shut down early, lights off, doors locked. Convenient, right? Then there's Lavelier, another Riverwalk gem. A visitor was pulled in, spent $600 just to escape, and was still harassed to buy more. At this point, you're not shopping, you're negotiating your freedom. And if you think the dining scene is better, oh, sweet summer child. Restaurants near Hotel St. Pierre treat service like an optional feature. Carmo, for instance, has a menu that promises adventure but delivers chaos. Cold coffee, missing breakfast items, and a waiter who, get this, licked a knife at a customer. Not in a fun, theatrical way. In a should we call the police? way. Then there's the food quality. One diner found a live caterpillar in their meal. Another was served shrimp so freezer burnt, it could have been mistaken for a fossil. And if you're vegan, good luck. Expect lukewarm vegan meat and salads that taste like they were assembled by someone who's never eaten a vegetable. Cafe Amelie takes the cake, literally, for worst customer service. Cancel a reservation because your child is sick. That'll be $50, no sympathy. Show up for your booking. Prepare to wait an hour for a table, another hour for food, and then get charged for dishes you never ordered. One group was overcharged $150 because nothing says happy birthday like financial theft. Now let's talk spas. Spa Atlantis should be a sanctuary. Instead, it's a cautionary tale. Gel manicures that peel off in hours, eyelash clusters that look like they were glued on by a toddler, and massages that come with a side of credit card fraud. One guest tipped in cash, only to find an extra $50 mysteriously charged to their card. When they complained, the owner insulted them over the phone. Classy. And bars? Oh, bar tonique, where bartenders act like making a drink is a personal favor.